Can y'all hear me? Is a good question too. They're your readers most of the time. Okay. And do you have a space where you can tell them to go sign up for something, like to join your newsletter or anything like that? Mr. Radio, when people submit their request, do they just submit their request to you on your page, or do they submit their request through like a Google website or a link in your bio? And the reason why I'm asking is because you guys already know. And the reason why I'm asking is because you guys already know that the reality is, thank you so much for the likes. I taught 75,000 people on this platform. 75,000 people on this here platform. No, I was working on my website when my mother-in-law passed away. Okay. So even if you build a Google form, we'll talk. We'll talk in just a second. Okay. And you can do this now if you buy your computer. What happened when I had 75,000 people that I taught on TikTok. I can clock it. And these people, right? And these people came through my page, but I didn't capture any of their information. And I utilized TikTok as my forum to like get their information and stay connected with them through TikTok. But like most of us already know, the reality is when TikTok goes dark, then we lose all of that information, every bit of it. Also, I know that when I was working on hey Liz, I got to talk to my dad. I was actually going to look you up today. When we talk about the 75,000 people that were on my live, I had roughly 600 sometimes people. I'm setting up a merch club and my own radio station. I love that. Okay, I love that. But we all know how the funnel part is, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help create the funnels so your work isn't so hard, right? And even if you start right now, especially for you, Mr. Radio, when you come out and you're showing and you're showcasing your DJing skills, right? And you're showing people like they can make their requests, and they usually make their requests on how to get connected in different ways. But are you capturing their information? So when it's time for you to launch your merch website and your online radio, are you just going to use this platform to do it? Or are you going to have them already built inside your email list so you can have a larger launch? And I don't know if you're still here. When people come in your lives, yeah, okay. When people come in our lives, not our life, but when people comes in our lives, that is the perfect time for us to capture their information, point blank, period. Hey, D, we need to capture their information right then and right there. Yes, I'm here to help. This class is absolutely free, but the recaps are not. So I'm here, hubby calling, be right back. No worries. So this class is absolutely free. The recap will not be. The recap for this class will be, because you guys are in here, the recap for the class will be $44. But anybody that comes after, like in week 5 and 6, that price is going to go up. But I don't even have to set it up. I meant to have it set up today, but I got inundated with my dad and stuff. So it'll be available tomorrow. But you can still sign up for the class right now, and you will get information for the next week's class. So I'm still prepared. What else am I doing? Hold on, y'all. I gotta invite one more person. They just crossed my mind. I just forgot that fast. God doggy. Anyway, I'll remember who they are later. Oh, yes. IGS. Where is she? There she go. Okay. So what I have learned, oh yes, I know. So what I have learned when I had these 75,000 people in 3 months that I was teaching, I didn't make $1 really off of those 75,000 people. I made a couple of dollars from maybe 40 of those people, of those 75,000. And that was still cool. But if I could have just asked for $1 or gather their information, that 75,000, I can turn them into more, right? In addition to that, I still had customers in my own back end that I haven't really been talking to. And so the goal for this is to merge all of these things together in order for us to have a better flow of how, business can be for us as creatives. Because we're out here, we're sharing our gifts, we're letting the world know what we're doing, but we're not capturing it at the best way that we can, or in the best way that we can. Um, Again, like I said, I have a master's in business administration, been on here for 3 years, blah, blah, blah. No, been on here for 3 years, and my business has been up for 8, but we've been doing a pivot. And then the first 2 years of COVID, like most of us, the pandemic. Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me fix this real quick so I don't get blocked. There we go. During the pandemic was very challenging. So, like most of us, and now we're trying to revamp, especially getting into this new AI technology. It's very different. So, I'm here to help make it a little bit easier for you and for me. But I think I already got my workflow created. There are a lot of things that we're leaving on the table. I have a question for you guys. Please make sure you feel free to put them in the comments. What is one thing in your business that you haven't touched in over 3 years? 3 months. What is one thing in your business that you have not touched in over 3 months? Please feel free to put it in the comments. What is one thing that you have not touched in your business in the last 3 months? A sale. I get it. Yeah, I get it. I get it. We gonna work on we gonna work on making that better for you, especially now that you are going back and forth. Hey, glow through. Especially now that you're going back and forth through for your mother. You have to be in a position where you can start streaming things and having sales going even when you're not around, right? The whole point of this is to make this fully optimal for you. So it makes me look I'm crazy. Makes you look, sorry, I'm also on YouTube at the same time. I'm like, what's going on? Makes it really optimal for you at the same time. So this will be very good for many of us, especially when we have to travel or when we're not around, so people can be in people's faces. The goal is to get you out from in front of the camera all the time to being in front of the camera all the time. While you are sleeping, you should be making money. When you are away taking care of your family business, you should be making money, regardless of the fact. That's what should happen. But what we end up doing is we spin our wheels backwards. And so what we end up doing is we end up putting ourselves in this position where we have to be in front of people in order for us to maximize on the potential of making money. When the reality is life happens, especially if we're a solopreneur, life happens. And so things has to keep going even in spite of life happening. And so that's the groundwork and the idea that I'm working on to help all of you maximize your full potential. Hey, Danny. Life be happening. Danny be knowing too. Now, some of the expectations for this masterclass journey. Hey, Pooh. Some of the expectations for this masterclass journey is that, again, like I said, the goal is to set you up so you can maximize on your full potential on your business and how you can create ways of income where even while you're sleeping, your business is still going, and also create leverage in order for leverages in order for life has its own agenda, right? In order for you to create leverages, in order for your life to, so you can have multiple hands going at the same time. I mean, life is happening and funds are kind of frugal right now. We're not going to say low, they frugal. So we're working on creating these ways to make your life easier. And I have found this to be very helpful for me because it has definitely made my life so much easier as well. Okay, so let's talk about money that's being left on the table, okay? Where is it? When you are, and this is good knowledge to know, when you are consistently on TikTok, YouTube, and all the social media platforms, pick your choice, whichever one works the best for you in your space. What ends up happening is you spend more money and more time showing yourself, being present, than you are, and we all feel this. And let me know in the comments if this is what you feel, because I know I feel it too. Thank you, Boo. We spend more time exerting our energy out to people and getting to be in people's faces and making our products and showcasing what we do. And we're easily accessible to the people that are around us. And the myth is that the myth of consistency, especially now, what I've been hearing a lot of. Hey, Boo. Welcome in. How are you? Sadia. The myth of consistency. Okay. Yeah. My YouTube is acting weird. Here we go. Okay. The myth of consistency. I know for me, I am constantly on my FYP. I'm constantly being told, you need to post every day, post consistently, post this, post that. And that can be a really overwhelming, especially when you're a business owner. When you're a business owner, posting 5 times a day and taking videos of yourself while trying to figure out what you're supposed to do administratively. But you know that by getting more clients, this is going to help you in the long run, it seems. But the reality is, the myth is that consistency is often touted as the golden rule for marketing. Post daily, follow up, resiliency, and keep pushing content. But the blind consistency can drain over time. It drains your time, it drains your energy, it drains your creativity. Okay, cool. It drains your creativity without delivering real returns, right? Now, the hidden cost for forced consistency. The hidden cost for forced consistency is, again, like I said before, spending hours on social media posting that don't convert to cash, right? What RK was saying, she doesn't have enough money, right? The last thing she's touched in 3 months is a sale, right? And we don't want that. We're out here changing lives, inspiring people to be the best version of themselves and getting their best version of themselves in reading specialty books like RK be selling over there, juicy stuff. But what ends up happening is we are out here, we're sharing, we're posting at midnight, we're sharing our knowledge, we're sharing our assets and insights, but it's not converting over to sales as effectively as we would like. A lot of times recycling content just to stay active instead of creating high value pieces. I know for me, I utilize most of my content from one space to another space to another space, and not understanding and recognizing that each social media platform has its own idea, and each social media platform also has its own way of converting or conveying a message. So that's an area that I've been working on as well. Your energy being drained from unrewarded efforts, because at some point you start to burn out and you are there trying to figure out, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? I'm doing a lot, but I'm not getting enough back. And so you end up having a burnout, and then the content schedule becomes very inconsistent and unsustainable because life happens, right? And we all know that. And then we have stifled creativity. Once you're constantly putting out more and more creative ways and more creative content, you end up getting blocked. You get the mental block. And it's formulaic posts that does not engage. So you end up creating posts and you start to get mundane, and then you feel like you have to take a whole year hiatus, because we've all been there, right? And then what ends up happening is you end up missing big opportunities. Yeah, stay late. You end up missing big opportunities because you're stuck in the posting treadmill. So at the end of the day, what happened to me, and I can always convert back to myself, is that because y'all know, for many of you guys all know that when I post on TikTok, because that's my main platform, I'm utilizing YouTube the best that I can right now. But when I post on TikTok, I was posting every day consistently, hoping and praying that I would have that big hit. And so listening to Danny and listening to her stories from our previous TikTok experience, knowing that being in a position, being in a position that you go viral may not be the best thing for your company. It may not be the best thing for you, especially if you don't have systematic systems in place. So the goal of doing this, once again, is to help you get to the point where these systems are in place. So if you do go viral, you'll have these systems that can help you. But your overall objective is not to go viral. Your overall objective is to create from the space of your own self-empowerment and your own sustainability. If you go viral, awesome. We can't keep up with, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. Absolutely not. Danny said that we can't keep up with what's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. And we all know this. We've seen what happened. That we're on their platform, right? Even now, I've been posting about this class for over a month on TikTok. And back in the day, I would have 300 people up in this classroom just for this, right? But because TikTok is going through all their changes, and YouTube is even going through a lot of their changes as well, because these things are happening, you can't gauge the platform to be your end all be all. What do you do in order to captivate and maintain your audience? Case study shows that small businesses that leverage their own assets, because this is what you guys need to know. There is a small bakery, the bakery that stopped posting daily and made more sales. Right? There's a small bakery that was struggling to keep up with Instagram posts, and instead of repurposing their best performing content, the viral showing their famous cinnamon rolls into email sequences. Instead, they repurposed their best performing content, a viral reel showing their famous cinnamon rolls into email sequences, a retargeting ad, and a limited time offer. What ended up happening was that bakery got a 30% increase in orders without posting every day. Another person, we'll dive into all of that. Another person, a consultant who had automated follow-ups. That's what I have. A business coach was manually sending out follow-ups, missing leads. I can't even get the word right. She synced her CRMs, tagging leads based on their engagement, and automated automated sequences revived 42% of the dead leads, adding $15,000 of revenue in her back office. Okay. And then the next one is, I think I have three. Yeah. The next one is that the Etsy shop, there's a person who had an Etsy shop that repurposed old listings. A jewelry shop had over 100 listings, but only promoted new ones. They refreshed and re-promoted their old listings with updated SEOs. As a result, they ended up getting a 60% boost in sales from forgotten products. So the reason why I'm bringing all of this up is because a lot of times we are automatically already sitting on a gold mine, right? We have products and ideas that are sitting in our back office, in the back of our mind. And because we're not utilizing those and repurposing those to our communities, and those are the communities that we already have, those are the communities that we've already developed, right? So those are the email listings that you already have acquired outside of social media, right? And because we haven't been utilizing those people, the people who've actually invested in us, those people are getting the shaft. But they're the ones who actually already put their money down on you. The reality is, when it comes down to the dynamics of I just lost my train of thought. Hold on. The reality of it, when it comes down to the backlog, when it comes down to you making money, you end up exerting way more time, roughly about 5 to 7 more time and effort trying to get new customers, and only yielding back maybe 20% of your sales. When you can start utilizing the people that are within you, the ones who are already invested in you, and you can maximize to roughly about 60%, right? I think it's 60 to 70% more sales from the people who've already bought from you. So cultivating the people who've already put their money, put their time, put their money where their mouth is, versus going out and getting new customers, it's more advantageous for you to focus in on the people that have already been working with you. Your visual exercise, money left on the table. I want you guys to take a moment and imagine this. Unused content. The content that has been sitting in your in your drafts, right? Or the content that is just sitting in your Google Drive, like mine. I mean, I have over 2 gigabytes available for me to use, and I haven't used it yet. And I got tons of content. Blogs, videos, graphics sitting idle. You are missing out on roughly $5,000 of revenue. Right? Your poor follow-up skills. If you don't have a way to stay connected to the people that have already purchased from you, have those people who've already purchased from you, those people who've already shown interest in you. These are leads that are slipping through the cracks, the ones that you have not reached out to. You are missing $10,000, roughly, approximately $10,000. And not having having inactive offers like discounts and bundles that you are not promoting. So if you have a bundle that you've created, or several bundles that you've created, and you haven't gone back to re-promote those to your clients, your customers, your tribe, you are missing out on the potential of $7,500. Now, the total that's being left behind per year is roughly $22,500 that you are leaving on the table for the average of small businesses, right? Now, don't quote this as 100,000% fact, but know that even if it's not the $22,500 that you're leaving on the table, you're still leaving something on the table. And that's revenue that you've been waiting on. That's revenue that you've been trying to get. Now, how to fix it? And that's the fun part. We got several things. Hopefully, is this insight, is this helpful? Let me ask some questions. Hey, The Real Tonic, is this helpful in any way, shape, or form? Is this informational to you? Any questions? All right. Any questions before we move on? All right, cool. So start pulling out, blow the dust off your email list. And for the people who are coming in that are starting their own business, you are getting the insight of what happens in the backlog. So you don't have to go through the same things that we're going through. The ones who've been in business for quite some time. Okay. So this is for everybody. Constant contact. When I was a bank branch manager back in the day, it was a sales. We were sales for the most part before they went all out sales. But in the banking industry, as a salesperson, we were told that we needed to maintain at least a 7-point sales system, right? We had to reach out to our customer within 24 hours to say, hey, how you doing? Thanks for dropping in. Don't forget who we are. Then we had to go back in 7 days. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Real Tonic. Thank you for the crown. Then we had to go back in 7 days to reiterate, hey, we're here. Then 14 days, then 30 days, then 45 days, then 60 days, and then 90 days. That's how many times you should be in your one customer's face to generate more opportunities for a sale. So whenever you're creating your workflows, thank you so much for that. Thank you. You should be in your customer's face at least seven times. So when you're creating your workflows, create a workflow where you're constantly in your people's face. Like, what's up? How y'all doing? Hey, it's me. This is what I'm doing. Because you are now your salesperson. And as I stated before, yes, these are your workflows. You don't want to be in a position where you're doing this on your own. You want to have this automated. And so that's pretty much what we're going to end up doing. But first, we got to get through the clutter. Okay. Now, how to fix and strategically leverage over mindless consistency. Okay. We can be on here and post every single day, talk about all the things we're doing, and eventually we become robots. And that's what we end up being on all of these platforms. And there's no room for spontaneity or authenticity. And what we can do to prevent ourselves from being in that position is to repurpose. Don't reinvent. Turn one piece of content into 10. For you, Mr. Radio, that's easy. For you, when you are doing all your own all-nighters, and I've seen you do this, when you're doing, that's starting to feel like a robot. Yeah, that's what it's starting to feel like. Yes, we end up starting to feel like a robot. Absolutely. Because we don't know what else we're supposed to be doing. Because we're doing everything that this algorithm and all the other algorithms and all of the people are telling us to do. But as business owners, we don't function like that. That's not how we work as business owners. We have too much on our plates. If you're a if you are a maker, right? Or if you are a spiritual healer like myself, or if you're in the creative aspect, or you're dealing with people and you have a service or a product, it's very challenging to be in a position where you are giving out all of this content and you're tired, you're drained, and you start feeling like a robot. So what you're going to do, my suggestion is that you repurpose and don't reinvent new content. So like this, I'm going to be repurposing this class. This is a full class. I'm doing it 6 times a week. I'm repurposing this in order for me to sell it, in order for me to make money off of it. I don't have to do this class again. It's one and done, right? I'm repurposing this content to make me more money. I'm going to take out clips and so I can put it on my items contacts. So I have a business side of Black Cherokee One Tribe where I'm connected to other businesses. And then I also have my customer, I have my B2Bs, and then I have my B2Cs, right? This is going to go on my B2B. This content will be repurposed and put on my LinkedIn page. So people on LinkedIn can actually see that I am a business. Yes, I'm a holistic healer, and yes, I'm in health and wellness, but I'm also, my master's in the business administration is here in order for me to help other people to become better leaders in their business, right? It's all about repurposing and being strategic in what you're putting out. Does that make sense? We are not posting just to be posting. Now, we posting to reblog. You're more than welcome. We're posting to reblog, repurpose, maximize on our time. That's what we out here for. We're not out here in these streets. We ain't on these TikTok streets trying to make that quick dollar and try to, hit the trends. Nah, we not doing that. We ain't doing none of that. Not none of that. That ain't our forte, right? So it's really good to have your back office for those who are working on creating their website. Here's a quick tip for you. This is a quick tip for y'all. Now, what is it that I do that you notice? Okay. What I notice that you do is you take posts from your lives, you take the highlights from your lives and you post it on your page. It's just most of, and I have been paying attention. And it's like when you do your podcast show, you do the repost. When you do the lives overnight, you do the repost. And I know that, it's prompting you to do it in the back office of TikTok, but you still do it. But what I'm saying to you is not just to get those prompts, but and here's the tip that I was going to share, when you are doing these things, when you are going live, how are you capturing people who want to make a song request? Are you asking them to make the song request during your live on TikTok, or are you directing them to go to your website? Are you directing them to go to the link in your bio? And even though you're working on your website, you can easily create a Google form, very simple Google form, where they put in their name, put in their email address, and their song that they want to request. This way, you're captivating their information because their email is valuable. If anything was to happen to TikTok, guess what? You still have their information. And you can utilize their information to take it wherever you go. So if you wanted to get off the platform, you can easily get off the platform and share with them, hey, we're not on this platform anymore. Join us on our radio station, right? And you don't have to have a website for that. Google Forms will give you a link, and you just put it in the link in your bio and be like, hey, if you want to make a request, put it in the link in our bio. If you want to add a way for people to make cash donations on TikTok, TikTok's going to take half of your money. Whatever money you make, TikTok going to take half. That's easy. Right? And if TikTok and YouTube, that they don't do that on YouTube. YouTube, you just put the link in your bio. But on TikTok, if they do that, then you lose it. Why not have them go to the link in your bio, go to a Google form, right? And on this Google form, have like a Cash App link, or have a PayPal link, or have a Zelle link, or whatever link you want to use in order for them to pay, or you can even ask them to pay $1. That's easy. For a song request, pay $1. And let the gifts come for you, which is cool on TikTok, but let the money come directly to you, because you have several hundred people in your lives, right? If they want to make a song request, it's $1. That's it. Or you can give them some type of incentive, right? Make three song requests for $3. 3 back-to-back songs for $3, because that's your time and that's your energy. In addition to that, what's happening on your side, Mr. Radio, is even though it's your time and energy, it also helps you prep for when you have the song list that you want to have. Facts. Hard to do a song request due to limited library, but I'm trying to fix that. No worries. It's all good. If that's the case, then if you have a limited library, put the library on there and be like, here is the song request, and it'll populate for you. And you can just look at it and it'll give you the next song from the songs that you have available to you. Sorry, y'all. I'm talking to Mr. Radio. Let me move my Camera over her. There we go. Use what you have. You don't have to come in 1,000% on 100, right? Use what you have and start making money off of what you already are doing. That's all I'm saying. Is that helpful for you guys? Are you writing notes? Because right now, are you getting their information? Are you connecting with them outside of the platform? Are you getting their email address? Email addresses are very valuable. You see what our country is doing in order to captivate our emails, right? And get our content and get our data. Data is very valuable for us, even as small businesses. All right. Is this helpful? Okay, good. All right. Google Forms is your best friend. All right, so now I have a worksheet that I'm working on, and it's called the Gold Mine Inventory. I'm gonna have old readers send me online reviews. Yes, I love that. That is exactly okay. So, Arthur R.K. Renton, she says that she's going to have old readers send online reviews and use those clips. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. I love that you're utilizing your mind. I love that. You are supposed to put yourself in a position where people's information are constantly being a part of the feedback loop of not just only the people that are on TikTok, on social media platforms, period, but also within the back office of your people, with your email context, with all of the people that follow you, right? So I'm going to show you guys, and the ones on YouTube, I'm going to just add this. This one is your freebie. All the other stuff is going to cost. All right. This will be your guide, your gold mine inventory. Your gold mine inventory is the sheet that I just created that I'm trying to find. Here we go. All right. So your gold mine, hey Kendra, your gold mine inventory. This was a freebie for you. I'm going to figure out a way to send this to you guys for free. But since I was talking about capturing your information, I think I have all of you guys' information except for, hey Boo, except for RK Renton, but she and I will talk about it later. If you guys want this, hey Lovebug, if you guys want this sheet for absolutely free, see, this is how the offers goes, right? You got to have your offer set up. Welcome, thank you. Welcome to the team for today. This is how you have your offer set up, right? So we've already done 45 minutes of the class. We're roughly 45 minutes in, roughly, or 30, right? 45 minutes, 30 minutes, right? Now, this is how you would set up your offer, okay? So I have an absolutely free sheet that you guys can use. But in order for you to get this free sheet, I need you guys to fill out for the class. And the class is in the link in our bio. I like how I did that. The class is in the link in our bio. Once you click on the link in our bio, scroll down to join class and sign up so you can get this sheet for absolutely free. I will send it out to you guys after class is over with. You probably will get it tomorrow. And next week, I'll have a whole bundle set for you. But that one is going to cost. This one is your freebie. So let me add this to the studio. Gold mine artist. Oh, PDF. No, I don't want that one. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now, make this small. Load. Load. Okay. Now, and for you guys, and you said a screen to screen. Hold on. Let me see if I can get that. Effects. Screen to screen. All right, that's not working. We'll have to figure that out later. All right, so I'm going to share with you guys my screen. Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay, cool. All right. And this one, again, like I said, this is your freebie. Oops. Cancel. Okay. All right, so I have created your gold mine inventory. Welcome in, Natural Soul. So I was looking for you, boo. I have created your gold mine inventory. And in this is a document, as I stated before. This is a document, turn that off, that you guys can use to check out what you are missing. Well, just, there you go. All right, let's see if I can make this bigger. All right. So this is a document that you guys can use to make your life a lot easier in utilizing your resources. There we go. Utilizing your resources. Can y'all see that? I'm hoping y'all can see that. And you can get this for absolutely free when you sign up for the class. All you have to do is go to the link in our bio. And let me see that. Hold on. I'm trying to make it easier, y'all. I'm trying to make it easier. Because I just realized something. Y'all got to turn it sideways. That's not cool. Hold on. Okay. Can y'all see that? Is that okay? Okay, cool. All right, so the first thing that you want to do in trying to find your gold mine inventory to assets is that you want to reflect on your resources. What skills and talents do you possess that are like gold? Think about the things that you do effortlessly or that others often praise you for. Okay, that's the first thing, because especially when it comes down to business, and again, since we've been working on this TikTok and social media as a form of our way of life, right? And especially for business, it can be mundane, and we're like, well, where the heck am I supposed to go, and what am I supposed to do? So you need to work on what it is that you have in order for you to feel empowered. We're going to talk about those 5 belief systems, because that's what I deal with, is beliefs. So we're going to talk about the 5 belief systems that are tied to who you are after we go through this. Okay. Um, what knowledge and expertise do you have that could be valuable to others? Because a lot of times what ends up happening, especially when we're in business, those things that happens as business owners, we may forget what it is that we personally do. When people purchase from us, they're literally purchasing from us. They're not really paying for the product, they're paying for us. So it's good to have that written down so you can utilize it as your go-to. Okay. Section 2 is unearthing past successes. It's always great to go back and look at your wins. So think about the time that you felt truly successful. What actions did you take that led to that success? And a lot of times those actions that you took from back in the day are the very actions that you may need to take in order for you to, um, you know, create more ideas and more opportunities for yourselves as business owners, especially the creatives. What lessons did you learn from that experience? What can you apply to future endeavors? That one's, again, what you already learned and rehashing on the creativity and your creative ability, going within and finding yourself, right? Section 3 is identifying hidden gems. What untapped potentials do you believe you have? Again, all of this stuff is based on you and not the product. This is pretty much this week's idea is for you and not the service that you provide, but for you. And what limiting beliefs might be preventing you from fully realizing that potential? Yet again, like I said, it's about you. Because there are blocks of what is stopping you from moving forward in your business life. And then section 4 is accessing your support system. Who are the key people in your support network that can help you achieve your goals? And this is utilizing your resources. I would be considered, especially for today and the next 5 weeks, I would be considered one of your resources by sharing with you what it is that you're missing and how you guys can revitalize what you already have, what you've already been working on, and turning that into gold, right? And how can you strengthen those relationships to leverage their support? By building community. And that's what we do over here on Black Cherokee. Creating community, creating leverages, and creating ideas that we can play off of each other and grow. So community is important, especially when you are not on social media. Your community offline is more valuable to you than the community online, because you can still build support groups on the offline, on the back end. And those support groups can be the leverage that you need in order to move you forward, especially on social media. Okay. And within your company, because when you cross leverage with the people that you know that do certain things and similar things, they can direct people to you. And that can come in droves. We all know the saying, it's not what you know, but who you know. This is where that comes into place. Evaluating your environment. What aspects of your current environment are conducive to your success? What's going on in your life? What's happening in your life? And what do you see as what do you see as your barrier and what you're dealing with right now? And what changes can you make to create a more supportive and inspiring environment? Okay, that one's kind of self-explanatory. Section 6 is defining your treasure. What does success truly mean to you? What does success look like? You know, in the Bible it says, write the vision, make it plain. This is you writing the vision and truly making it plain. This is your definition of what your success means for you. And then what specific goals do you want to achieve in the next year to move closer to the definition of success? Okay. And then finally, section 7, charting your course. What are the first 3 steps you need to take to start working towards your goals, especially when it comes down to business? And what resources do you need to acquire to take those first steps? And then your gold nuggets are this. Check the 3 most important actions from this audit that you want to focus on. So you're going to take it very, 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 very slow. This is going to be your homework for next week. Yes, you have homework, but you have time, or you can make time to focus on you in order for you to be more successful. Okay. Developing a key skill, applying a past lesson, overcoming a limiting belief, strengthening up a key relationship, improving by your environment, redefining success, or taking the first step towards your goal. This is your Gold Mine audit. And I said, again, this is absolutely free when you sign up for the class. All you have to do is go to the link in our bio, click on join class. I believe it's the fourth one down, join class, and then sign up for the business class. Now that you complete the Gold Mine inventory, schedule the next time, review your answers. Next week, we're going to review your answers and we're going to talk more about that. And let's talk about the 5-minute limiting beliefs, and then we'll be done. What do you guys think about that? Is that helpful so far? Because a lot of times the reason why we're not successful in business in the way that we think we should be successful is because, okay, good, is because somewhere in the back of our mind, something is stopping us, right? And y'all know, I be helping people heal from generational traumas. And sometimes those beliefs are the things that are holding us back. Now, there are several more things that you guys can get, and that's what's going to come at a price. Hey, welcome back, Yolanda. That's going to come at a price, but we will go over it very, very quickly, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Your small business repurposing checklist that will come inside of your package when I have it done this week. The small business repurposing checklist. Start with your business best business performing content. It'll break down what you can do in order to repurpose that, breaking it down into smaller pieces, taking your long form video or blogs and repurposing those. From a live video or a podcast, as I said before, this is going to be repurposed, and I'm going to share it as a class for a customer testimonial or cut case base. You can pull quotes and all of that stuff and repurpose that, repackage for different platforms, automate and reuse content. I have tips and tricks that you can utilize in order for you to maximize on the things that you've already done, so you're not spending out all of your energy trying to create new posts and create new ways to get new ideas from the earth and from God and spirit and source. That these will help you maximize on the things that you've done. And then you'll have the Gold Mine inventory checklist, which will go over the forgotten content, the unused lead magnets, dormant email sequences, neglect products and services, untapped customer assets. All right. And those will be the things that you'll be getting in your package just to begin with. All right. The $44 for the class will be posted next time in class. But it will have the full 6-week process with all of the information on the inside of it. Today, as I stated before, you will get the Gold Mine audit for absolutely free. I feel like an infomercial. Once you sign up for the class. Okay, now let's talk about the emotional blocks and stop entrepreneurs from repurposing and leveraging their assets. Okay, and I don't want to share my screen. There we go. Let's move this over. All right, so some of the emotional blocks that stop entrepreneurs from repurposing and leveraging your assets. Many entrepreneurs know that they should repurpose their content, what we just talked about, with follow-ups and leads. Again, the 7 points of sales, the several days in which you are contacting and staying connected with the people who have crossed your path and the people who bought from you. But emotional resistance can keep them stuck. And here are the most common blocks that have shown up. Perfectionism. And we talked about that a little bit, Mr. Radio. Perfectionism, not trying to call you out because we all deal with it, right? But we think that we have to have everything in place right now. And it's a brand new, it has to be the brand and new to be valuable, right? We feel like it has to be perfect. But a lot of people, what we forget is a lot of people want to be a part of the origin story. So give them that opportunity to be a part of your origin story. Give them the opportunity to be a part of your growth and your development as your business. Coaches refuse to reshare successful LinkedIn posts because she thinks I'm already posted this. People will judge me for repeating it, right? Sometimes it's hard for us to reutilize or repurpose our old products or our old inventory. A baker owner doesn't reuse last year's holiday promo because it has to be fresh and different. And the reality is it doesn't have to be fresh and different. It would be wasted time created from scratch instead of scaling what has already worked. So you may want to consider utilizing the old content that had high value and repurposing it, Miss Yolanda. If you still here, because we talked about this. To fix it, remind yourself your audience forgets very fast, right? Repetition equals retention. So if you're saying the same thing over and over again, as you notice, I've said the same thing 5 times throughout this entire class. I've said it 5 times in 5 different ways. And by doing that, you're reframing it and creating, updating and repurposing where people can finally get it and they have their aha moment and they'll be like, okay, you're reiterating that again. Yes, because the goal is for you to have retention of what I'm saying. It's an old teacher trick, right? Reframing it and updating it and repurposing is effective, not lazy. So you already did the hard work. Just make it beautiful. Add some effects to the back of it, right? If you like, here's flash of effects, or you can, what is it? Because I do it all the time. Auto fix, right? And make it bright and like make it better in some way, shape, or form, right? There's ways to make it look like it's brand new. Because even in that, a lot of times the customers that we had in the past, we still have new customers, so it's still new to them, right? So we utilize that. And life happens. Y'all know life be happening. We be forgetting stuff. And there are a few people who be like, oh, I saw that last year, right? But it still is like watching an old good movie. Like, oh, I saw that last year. This is my favorite part, right? It makes you and your customers feel very empowered when you repurpose your products. So try not to overthink it and don't think that it has to be perfect, because it doesn't. Just allow yourself to be and allow the people around you to be a part of your origin story. People like that. I remember when. Give them that opportunity. Overwhelmed. Being overwhelmed is another way that prevents entrepreneurs from moving forward and understanding their value. And these are the emotional blocks that prevents them from leveraging. Where do I even start? An example is a solopreneur has 100 old blogs, but feels paralyzed, thinking it's too much to go through. I'll do it later. A service provider avoids automating follow-ups because setting up in a CRM seems complicated. And I will tell you that setting up a CRM is not that complicated once you figure it out. It's not that bad. And it makes your life so much easier. And we'll talk about that later too. The result, valuable assets gather dust while revenue leaks. So a way to fix that is to pick one piece of content or one old offer and revive it and see if it works again. Repetition equals retention. Repetition equals retention. So try it again. And you have a whole group of people that are following you. So if it didn't work for the old people, make it work for the new ones and see if how it hits for them, right? And this is not for your social media at all. And let me know if you guys have any questions. If I'm going too fast, please let me know because I can go. This is not for your social media. This is actually for your back office. This is for the people who are off social media. This is just how you revive them. Because like me, I had 500 people sitting in the back wings that I hadn't touched. Yeah, that's money sitting on the table. Money sitting on the table. All right. And then valuable assets gather dust. Okay, and then start tiny. Pick one piece of content, as I stated before, or one old offer and revive it. And then your batch task. Spend 30 minutes. Can y'all pledge to spend 30 minutes? Say, I can pledge, put it in the comments, I can pledge 30 minutes a week. To say, I can pledge 30 minutes per week. Instead of repurposing, instead of trying to do it all at once. So if you have a blog post or you have blog posts, spend just 30 minutes a day or 30 minutes a week. And be like, look, I'm going to just take out 30 minutes for this moment and repurpose or revive old offers or blog posts or old pieces of content. Can you pledge 30 minutes? You can put it in the comments. I pledge 30 minutes to revive. Hey, praise him. Did I lose y'all? Y'all done fell asleep on me. Thirty minutes not to post, but to look at the old content, at least one piece of content or one offer that you had, and repurpose it. So if you have old blogs or you have an old offer, yes, and repurpose it. Just 30 minutes a week. Yep, that's it. Thank you guys so much for asking. All right. And then this way it helps you so you don't have to feel overwhelmed. Scarcity mindset. The scarcity mindset, of course, again, like I said, we're over here healing generational traumas and unblocking things from your mind, right? The scarcity mindset, many people run around and say this a lot, right? What if I run out of ideas? Or I have already ran out of ideas. I have been down that road several times before. And an example is a creative entrepreneur hoards content ideas, fearing that if I reuse this, I won't have anything new later. Or a consultant, these are just examples, a consultant hesitates to turn a webinar into a course, thinking, I can't give away my best stuff. I'm giving you guys my best stuff right now. This right here, gold, right? And I know that because you guys are going to utilize these tools and these offers, you'll be back next week to find out more, right? This is the best stuff, and you guys are getting it absolutely free. And I hope it's valuable to you. Like I really, really do. I hope that is helpful. And the result is when you think like that, it creates stagnation. Clinging to unused assets instead of monetizing them creates a stagnation where there's no flow coming towards you. And the overall objective is to create a continuous flow. Does that make sense? So if you have old content, get it out there. If you have old content that you need to repurpose it. So you can start cleaning up the clutter and allowing yourself to be set free in order for things to flow to you, because it's now released out into the ethers, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. That's what it is. We got 4 more minutes. Y'all with me? Y'all still with me? This is an extra. In order for you to fix this scarcity, yes, got me talking to the screen like, I can't hear you, girl. She said, got me talking to the screen like you can hear me. Now I can't hear you. All right, so when it comes down to this stagnation, right, and clinging on to unused assets instead of monetizing them, in order to fix these things, what you can do is trust the process. Okay, repurposing expands your reach. It does not deplete it. And think abundance. Abundance, the more I share, the more opportunities will come. So even though you may feel like, this is just, I'm going to just let it be, and the people going to see it, they're going to see it. What I will tell you is the algorithm is funny on all platforms because I've been playing around on all of them for the last 3.5 years. And they're all the same in one way, that even if you have content from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it is no longer in circulation. And each year, there's a new set of people. Each day is a new set of people that are looking for your specific content, even though it may be outdated. Same when it comes down to your backlog in your own personal community that you've developed. Utilize that, pull that stuff out the closet and be like, yo, this is where I started. Look at what I've done. This is where we are. These tools are still available to you. These tools are still needed for you in order for you to be the version that you are looking for. Is this all making sense for you guys? We got 3 more and then I'll be done. Hey, Go Dirt. We got 3 more, y'all. 3 more. The fear, hey, boo. The fear of being seen as salesy. I don't want to annoy people. Better annoy them. An example is a designer avoids emailing past clients about their new service because they'll think I'm pushy. Or a coach doesn't repost a testimonial, fearing it looks braggy. Now, I can honestly say that I went through that a little bit recently. I was like, bump that. Y'all need to see what I'm doing, right? For me, it was the mere fact that I am one of less than 100 people that do what I do that are Black. And I was like, oh, that's real braggadocious of me for saying that. But yeah, it's real braggadocious for me to say that because I'm a rare find, right? And it's always good to find things that make you a rare find. Or it is also good to constantly be in a position where you are connecting with your customers because you never know who actually took out the time to read your email the first go around, right? Who actually took out the time to take a moment to be like, oh, I read that already. You might have a few, but a lot of times, as we all know, emails are one of the last things that people look at now because most people are on their phones. So the fear of being seen as salesy, you have to consider and know that at the end of the day, you are still your own company, your own business. You have to market yourself. If you don't market yourself, who will? Thank you for sharing the live, right? What ends up happening when we have that fear of being too salesy, we end up missing out on sales from people who want to hear from you. The reality is the people who created and the people who bought from you once before, those people like you or something about you. You are the product. You are the service. You are the company. And because you are the face and you are the service and the product of the company, people actually like something about you. Hey, Blakely, thank you. People like something about you. Give them something about you and make some money off of it. right? And for those who may think that I am a business owner. Yes, I help you with your belief work, but I am also a business owner. Hey, boo, how are you lately? And we have to make ourselves available for the people who want to be around us, to be in your presence. So, in order to fix those things, first you need to consider to shift your perspective. Follow-ups and promotions are helping, not harassing. If you don't share with people what you got, people ain't never gonna know. And I mean it just like that. If you don't share with people what you got, people ain't never gonna know. So keep it out there, put it in the forefront. They might not need it, but someone else might. But how will they ever know if you don't share with them what you have? And then you're tested. Track responses. You'll see most people appreciate reminders. That's all we're doing, is sharing and giving reminders. Thank you guys so much for sharing the live. Greatly appreciate it. We are almost done. All right, we got two more. All right, the shiny object syndrome. Squirrel, that's me. But the new thing will work better. What I got is new and it'll work so much better. An example of that is a business owner, and let me know if I'm going too fast, y'all. I have to remember to take breaks. Is this making sense for any of you guys? Do you see yourself as one of those people or one of these entrepreneurs so far? Because I'm just talking. And for those who are here on YouTube and the rebroadcast of this class, do you see yourself so far as one of these people? Put it in the comments and let me know what it is that you are going to do to change it. And if those fixed ideas or those suggestions are productive for you. Is this helpful? Hey, Ms. Love Faces. Is this helpful for you guys? I'm assuming y'all are taking notes, so I'm just gonna go with it. Again, hey Lisa. Again, if you want to get a recap of this class, it will be available for purchase. Y'all like how I did that? It will be available for purchase in our classroom. So if you are interested in getting any of the recaps of this class, the retaping of this class, sign up the class. I think I'm going to. I'll recap this one class on YouTube. Yep, this will be the introduction and the recap of this one class on YouTube. All the other classes you will have to pay for, and this will only be available for the first 3 weeks of class. And I need to do this for promotion purposes, so people know that I'm out here. Y'all see how I'm repurposing this? Y'all see how I'm doing it? That's the reason I have it on YouTube as well. So, yeah, if you missed out on this class, go ahead and click the link in our bio and go directly to our YouTube page. And it'll say subscribe now. Click there and you can get the recap of this class. All of the other classes, all other 5 classes will be available for purchase. And if you are in this class for the next 3 weeks, the class purchase will be $44, which would include, that's a discounted price, which would include this class and all of the contents and the tools and tricks available. That will be available for purchase next week. I'll have it available so you guys can click on it and be like, I want to purchase it. But this week, again, you'll get the free gold mine audit, and then you will also get the recap of this class this week. That's it. Next week, the class will be available for purchase. This class and the following class will be available for recap purchases at $44 because you are in this retaping of this class. So it'll be $44 next week. And by the end, if you decide on joining on week 5 and week 6, the price will go up to $135, $134.99. Okay. And that will be the recap of the full 6 weeks. All right. So get it while you can. All right. The next issue that we were talking about the shiny object syndrome, but the new thing will work better. All right. So the idea, as I said before, is the example is a business owner jumps into a new marketing trend, and I know I found myself in doing this. Instead of optimizing an insisting funnel or an existing funnel, right? And not utilizing what they already have or what they may have already built. Another one, a creator starts a new YouTube channel. Instead of repurposing old videos, they start to create new ones, right? Results, constant reinventing, never mastering one. I definitely, me too. Constantly reinventing, never mastering one strategy. So the goal is to master at least one strategy. The fix is before chasing a new tactics, ask, have I fully leveraged what I have already have? Instead of chasing a new tactic, ask yourself, have I leveraged what I already have? And then the next way to fix this is to state no new projects until you've repurposed 3 old assets. Okay? No new projects until you repurpose 3 old assets. And that's what I'm working on myself. So, yeah. And I can honestly tell you that by me working on those 3 old assets, it has made my life so much easier versus going out and doing 5 to 20 posts per day on social media and making sure I'm on all social media platforms and all that stuff. Nah, we ain't doing that no more. We being strategic and streamlining all of this because we're businesses, right? And the moment that you utilize that time to streamline what you already have, you save so much time, and it allows you to release yourself to be open to more things that you can create, right? Thank you for sharing, Keita. The next one and the last one, the next one and the last one is imposter syndrome. My old work isn't good enough, right? My old work isn't good enough. An example, a writer avoids turning past articles into a book, thinking who would care. A photographer doesn't reuse last year's photos or portfolio, fearing I've improved since then. This isn't my best. Again, people want to be a part of your origin story. You are the main character of your story. And because we're on social media, because we are small business owners, and because we are considered to be the underdog, because we really don't have like these major support systems, there are people who want to see you win, right? And they are invested into seeing you win. They want to spend time in getting to know you and seeing you maximize on your fullest potential to see where you are going to go. You are the untold story that they get to be a part of. You are not the villain, but you are the one that has to go through the audacity, the atrocities, right? Let's look at RK. We all know RK's story now, right? We know that RK is traveling back and forth 10 hours just to make sure, 10 plus hours just to make sure her mom is okay, right? And we're all invested. And the reason why we're all invested is because she created a community that likes her, right? We all like RK. When she comes into the room, the first thing that radio says is blessings, because that's the very first thing that she says on our FYP whenever she's crossing across our FYP. Before she says anything, we already know she's going to be blessings. We already know. It's an expectation. And because of that, we already know that RK she going through something and we rooting for her, right? She's the main character of this story that we're a part of. And you have to take that same idea when it comes down to your business and when it comes down to what you are creating. Your community is invested in you and your story. Same thing with me. When I was going through what I was going through, all y'all was invested. All y'all was like, dang, she done lost this, she done lost that. How she gonna come through this? What's she gonna do now? That's why I continue to post where I am and what I'm doing, because I want you guys to be involved in my story. And I understand that having you guys involved in my story and showing my successes and my wins and my losses and going through the ideas of that, I know that I'm creating a bond, a community where you guys are rooting for me, right? I'm the character, y'all. She gonna make it. She gonna make it. She done lost her car. She gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole point, right? That's the whole point. And we have to do the same thing with our business. Even if it feels uncomfortable to share our business, our personal business with people, it allows us to be a part of your story. Welcome in, Dr. Berry. It allows us to be a part of your story, right? Now, how to make these blocks, how to break through these blocks. This is what I want you guys to work on. It's going to take about 5 minutes for repurposing challenge. And this is also going to be a part of your, thank you, boo. Hey. This is going to be a part of your package, your $44 package that you can purchase next week. Okay. Because your girl ran out of time and it is what it is. But your whole package will be available next week for all 6 weeks. But your 5-minute repurposing statement, how to break through these blocks. I want you guys to consider naming the emotion, right? I am avoiding repurposing because of what? Is it because of perfectionism? Is it because of you don't know, overwhelmness, because of the scarcity mindset, because the fear of being seen as salesy, or the shiny object syndrome, or the imposter syndrome? What is it? And then challenge it. Is this really true or just a fear? And as we kind of walked over it, each one of them are small little fears, right? And it's ourselves trying to mask ourselves in some way, shape, or form. And what I'm asking you to do as a person, as a business owner, because you're a business owner and you're a person first, is to look deep within in those situations and debunk those feelings in order for you to move forward. Okay. And then take the smallest step. Repost one thing that you repurpose, be it an offer or be it a social media post, be it a blog. Repurpose one thing per day. Okay, just one thing. And then which block resonates with you? Awareness is the first step to being unstuck. All right. There will be a 5-minute repurpose challenge for you inside of your packet. I think we have. Do you guys want to do the 5-minute repurpose? We've been on the live for an hour and 15 minutes. Do you guys want to do the 5-minute repurpose? Sorry, the 5-minute repurposing challenge. Y'all want to do that? Yes or no? Let me know. You know what? I'm gonna put this in a packet. I'll put this in a packet. Dr. Berry says yes. All right. I'm going to end the live on YouTube. Thank you so much, YouTube, for joining us for this class. I hope you guys can get a chance to reconnect with us again. We will do the repurposing part on a different part of the live. So if you are interested in purchasing from us this class will be available for the next 2 weeks because I need to use it for promotional purposes. It will be available for free. And if you want to get the gold, what is the gold audit, the gold mine audit, that will be available below for absolutely free for 2 weeks. Then after that, that will be removed and you would have to purchase the entire thing. If you don't get in within the next 2 weeks, if you don't get in for $135 or $134.99. Right now, if you would like to join the class, please feel free to join us next week. And if you want all the contents that I have mentioned and the ones that we're going to talk about within the next 6 weeks, that cost will be $44. All right. Thank you so much, YouTube. We will hit you up next week. And if you are looking at this for the reclass or the repurposing of this class, because we're all about repurposing, join you next week. You got homework, so do the audit. Peace. All right. Now, because it's y'all, and I love y'all. Here is the 5-minute repurposing. Your 5-minute repurposing challenge. This is the bonus for y'all because y'all my peoples. And please make sure you join me next week. First, let me know, was this helpful before I get down to the 5-minute repurposing part? Was this helpful? Please let me know. Okay, I love it. All right, awesome. And I hope you guys took notes. And if you didn't, you can check it out on YouTube. It's absolutely free, so check it out on YouTube. And I'm going to share with my business constituents too. So if they missed the class, it's okay. Yes, I know I'm still on my way, in my own way. Yep. We getting past it. One step at a time. All right, your 5-minute repurposing challenge, because someday never comes. And let's turn content into your new revenue today in just 5 minutes. Okay. So step 1, do you guys have your pen and paper? I'm going to take my time with this one. Let me know. All right. Check that. All right. So what you're going to do is open up your analytics, either from your Instagram, your Instagram Insight, your Google Analytics, or your email open rates, or just think, okay? What's one piece of content, post, video, blog, or email that performed well but hasn't been touched in 3 months? Get it in your mind. An example, a LinkedIn post with high engagement, or an old YouTube video, a blog that got shares. That's first. All right, and if you get stuck, let me know. And once you have it, let me know. You guys can, I'm gonna have you guys write this down. If you get stuck, grab your most recent post, your Instagram reel, newsletter, or podcast episode. I know I haven't touched a podcast in almost 3 weeks, almost 2 months, but we were moving. Don't worry, it's gonna pack up and we're gonna start up soon. All right. Now, What I want you to do for step 2 is slice and dice. Choose one repurposing move. Turn a quote into a Twitter or LinkedIn post. So a quote from one of those videos or reels or blogs. Turn that into a Twitter or LinkedIn post. Clip a 15 to 30-second snippet for a TikTok reel or short. And you only need to choose one. Take a bullet point and make it into a Pinterest pin. Screenshot a testimonial and post it into your stories. Or resend an old email with a new subject line. Awesome. All right, you turn an old blog, pull it into a stat, and then tweet it. Like this is an example. Turn an old blog, pull into a stat, and then tweet it. 63% of small businesses forget to repurpose content, leaving $10,000 on the table annually. Did you? And don't be surprised if I do that, okay? Because that's a good one. All right. Step 3, post and profit. Publish it now, no overthinking. Tag it, 5-minute repurpose, so I can cheer you on. Yup. Just do one a day. That's the thing. Just do one a day. That's it. Repurpose, take out 30 minutes so you don't feel overwhelmed because you just got here. So take out 30 minutes per week and work on one repurposed content. Let's start there because I know you be busy. Okay. And then tag me. Hashtag 5-minute repurpose. Okay. And then pro tip, schedule 2 or more repurpose schedule 2 or more repurpose pieces while you're in the flow. So you're taking this long form content, you can create it into a quote yourself, and turn it into a post, just one quote, and then tell people to join you on this post or join you on this YouTube channel, right? Like there are certain things that you can just reuse and you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time you post. Maximizing on your time. Why does this work? Because it helps you to overcome perfectionism from more done than perfect. It proves how easy repurposing is. No hours, no long projects. And it unlocks quick wins, traffic, leads, and sales from old work. Do this daily for a week, and you should have 7 fresh pieces from scraps from the things that you've done in the past. And last and final freebie of the day. Find an old testimonial. Post it. Post it on Instagram stories with a DM us to learn how we did this, which is be your call to action. And boom, social media proof and lead generated in 5 minutes. That's it. That's it. That's all, y'all. What are your views? What are your thoughts? Mr. Reddy, you still with me? All right, cool. What you say? I got you. All right, cool. Again, like I said, I will be reposting. I'll have to post early on through day before I get busy with my mom. Okay, schedule your posts. That would be my recommendation. You can schedule your posts on TikTok. Do your like take one content, right? Because I know you can't use CapCut anymore because they have this new rule that they take your stuff and they can hold your stuff forever and a day. But there is a another alternative that you can use that I have. I'll DM you where you can edit your videos, or you can easily do it on Adobe Express or Canva. You can do that on Canva too. So all you have to do is edit it right there, and then I believe you can post from Canva. But you can like copy and paste. Let me say this right. Edit or repurpose, create your post, edit and repurpose your products or your idea and what you have, and edit it in Canva or Adobe or whatever platform you use for your editing, and schedule the posts. So you don't have to worry about posting early in the day, but you can schedule the posts. And if you can do 7 or 2 or 3, schedule the post 3 days in advance. So you have one today at 4 o'clock, right? And then you have another one tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Look at your analytics. Look at your analytics and see what time people come on your platforms. What was your momentum? And schedule your post for that time. That way you can maximize on the time that people are looking at your content, right? You don't want to just, okay, let me go and get this done and schedule it, like, let's post it right now. No, you want to be very strategic when you post your times, and just copy and paste the same thing, or go to Chat GPT, because you know Chat GPT is our friend here. And go to Chat GPT and tell them to create a post for you. So you do it within like maybe less than 3 minutes, right? That way your post can be already set for you. And while you're driving, you ain't got to worry about no posting, right? You can focus on driving and getting people to buy from you. I truly hope that this was a great class. I hope this helped. Is it worth, do you think that it would, like, because you guys, my last feedback question, do you guys think that it would be worth the information that I shared with you? Do you think that it's worth the price that I am offering? I'm supposed to offer more, but I'm not. What are your views? $44 is a steal, I already know. 6 week course, $140, roughly 130, 134.99. That's what I said. So 130. And as I get your reviews, I'm going up on the price. What do y'all think? Okay, I'm assuming that the like was for me. So cool. I love it. All right. Well, that's the end of our class. I hope that was helpful. We'll be back over here again next Tuesday. I hope y'all didn't go sleep on me. I know Keita's still in here. Dr. Radio's still in here. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. And I promise you, next week I'll have all of that. This by the end of the week, you guys are gonna have all of that information. You have homework. Taking notes. Okay, cool. You all have homework. Once you sign up for the class, I will give you guys that template. I'll send that template out to you. And I'm going to repurpose this video so the people that weren't able to make it, they can watch it, and hopefully next week they can join in. So make sure you sign up for the class. Sure, if you want a recap of the class, I'll have it sent to you guys so you guys can see the YouTube video of this class, and you can go back and take even more notes. This will be available for, I said 2 weeks. It'll be available for 2 weeks. And then it's going to go into the vault, and it can only be accessed a certain way. But yeah, you good, Mr. Radio? You're probably taking notes too. Hey, William Delaney. Ooh. Sorry, y'all. That's all for me. Any questions? You too, and give a hug for your mom for me, okay? Thank you guys so much for the gifts. Thank you guys for joining this class. Thank you guys for just being here. Greatly appreciate it. I don't even think it recorded on YouTube. Hey, YouTube. So I got to take this class and repurpose it. This is the reason why I do both. This is the exact same reason why I do both. All right. Well, that's going to be my focus this week. Repurposing. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Good night. Have a wonderful night, everyone.